royals are a masterclass in deflecting and changing the narrative, all while keeping a cool exterior, and while Catherine's image is certainly used in this capacity, so is her marriage to Prince William, making it easier to sniff out the inconsistencies, leading to one of the most popular questions today. Are Kate and William getting divorced? And for real this time, because seriously, we've been through this question before. Way back the first time Kate was seen with no wedding ring. Because that horribly edited photo circulating right now, the ones that the royals are trying to claim that Kate herself photoshopped, and notably didn't contain her wedding ring, that fact and many other noticeable errors in the image have everyone all riled up that this is yet more attempts by the family to hide some form of tragedy or a divorce that's the reason behind Kate's disappearance as of late. ITV News has reported that Kate's office offered a simple explanation for the missing ring in the poorly photoshopped picture. It said that the Princess of Wales was at home when the photo was taken, and the refuted claims that it had anything to do with her marriage to Prince William. It also confirmed that it was her husband who took the photo, but I'll believe that when I see the unedited version of the photo or a video of Kate talking at this point, because things are genuinely getting kinda suspicious. But as mentioned, this is simply the newest round of no wedding ring drama. It happened for the first time back in 2017 when she appeared at a few consecutive events, or in 2022 Commonwealth Games, which is when the second round of divorce rumors had come out, alongside yet another affair rumor on William's part. So we might as well dive into those whispers of torrid affairs, shall we? The first round of scathing William infidelity rumors were in 2019. Worst yet, because he can't just cheat, William's alleged affair happens to be with Rose Hanbury, who's just, you know, Kate's best friend in the royal sphere. So Kate immediately cuts off Rose, removes her attendance from all future events. This tips off the public, and it definitely doesn't prevent the story from leaking, which it then pops up in tabloids, and then they pit the two women against one another. That's not to say that Rose and Catherine haven't done what they think is necessary to try and make it look like they have nothing bad going on and make the press stop talking about it. They pulled classic royal family dissuasion tactics, like making Rose's son Oliver one of King Charles III's pages of honor during the coronation, naturally resulting in Rose's attendance on the big day. Therefore, everything must be fine between them. Look guys, they're in the same room. The seemingly warring duo even threatened legal action over the rumors to bury any narrative involving Rose and William. However, that didn't stop people from talking, specifically about how William allegedly spent Valentine's Day 2023 with Rose instead of his own wife. What happens behind closed doors, we can carry into the public though, by body language. I know TikTok and social media as a whole have completely tarnished the legitimacy of lip readers and body language experts, but they do still carry truth and merit when they're professionals. Expert Judy James took a look at Will and Kate at the wedding of the Crown Prince Al Hussein in the summer of 2023. In a video captured of Catherine speaking to the bride, William appears to get more and more agitated before he makes a hand gesture that's indicative of move it along. This is not one of its finest moments when it comes to either body language or words, James told Express. While he clearly moved on from the meet and greet with the bride and groom, Kate stands talking to the bride in an animated and very friendly way. She's not causing a logjam, so there appears to be no logical reason for William to hurry his wife along, especially as she only adds a few seconds to the conversation. Whether he says chop chop with his hand gesture alone is bad enough, with a winding gesture that would normally imply that time is running out. Catherine, meanwhile, ignores him. Then on May 6, 2023, King Charles III's coronation day, many royal watchers picked up on what they believed were subtle clues dropped by Prince William and Princess Catherine. Not only were the Prince and Princess of Wales late for the coronation, but some eagle-eyed fans quickly suspected something was amiss based off of William and Catherine's body language when they were walking up Westminster Abbey. William was mid-conversation while Catherine was looking down at the ground, and both of them were giving off a frustrated energy. I know nothing about royalty, but that's not a photo of a happy family. One Twitter user commented on a photo of the three of them walking up Westminster Abbey steps. Another focused on Catherine specifically, saying such an unhappy looking couple. She isn't pretending today. And that's a fair point to bring up, because it's not often that Catherine isn't pretending, but when she's not, we see some revealing facial slips, our next segment. If the wedding and the coronation aren't enough, back in 2017, the Prince and Princess of Wales traveled to Poland to attend a party in recognition of Queen Elizabeth II's birthday. According to body language expert Judy James, photos made it clear that the princess was furious with her husband at the time. To quote James, when we see a photo of the royals looking angry or stressed, it can often be a body language flash, i.e. a very very fleeting facial expression that has been taken out of context, James told Express. That apparently wasn't the case with the Warsaw event, and it usually isn't the case with Catherine, whom James said is very good at controlling her expressions. There are several photos of the occasion that show her looking unhappy, or even throwing William some pointed looks while he tried to remain neutral with a faint, polite, closed-lip smile of what looked like regret or awkwardness, James relayed. It's unclear what the discord was about, but it's obvious to those who knew what to look for. And while you're looking, you may notice that William is quite controlling. I mean, a big example is that before Meghan Markle ever came into the scene, royal watchers were almost always guaranteed to see William, Catherine, and royal third wheel Prince Harry attending their events together. A seemingly inseparable trio, they represented the new generation of royals, but royalty doesn't change. A former staff member of King James III's household, Jamie Lawther Pinkerton, spoke to Sunday Times in 2019, revealing that William was and is always in control. Before Meghan, it was he that dictated what his brother did and said, but now Harry has struck out on his own. All of William's ire falls on his wife. To quote, "William's quite controlling, and he was in control when it was just the three of them, but now he's not," Lawther Pinkerton said. "I personally wouldn't overegg Meghan's role in all of this because it's unfair," he continued, alluding to the very common narrative at the time that Harry's distance from the royal family was entirely her fault. Carrying on about William and Catherine's dynamic, Lawther Pinkerton estimated that the Prince of Wales would simply need to get used to not being in control anymore, something that could flare his reportedly quick temper. From telling his wife to sit down at the 2019 BAFTAs to Catherine's arguably obvious frustration with her husband on occasions, there's been a number of instances that have fueled rumor fire. Naturally, if Will feels terrible about losing his brother, let alone control of him, then Catherine's facing the brunt of his emotions. It makes sense that this couple has plenty of rumored disagreements over Meghan and Harry. Ever since Meghan Markle began dating Prince Harry, royal watchers have been speculating about what the other famous woman in the family really felt about the Suits actress. Now, of course, Prince Harry and Meghan have left the monarchy and left the relationship between the brothers in tatters, and William and Catherine reportedly disagree about whether to mend that relation. Kate has no desire to communicate with Harry nor Meghan, a source told Us Weekly. There has been too much that has happened and she's not ready yet. A source exclusively claimed to Radar Online that the Princess of Wales was incredibly offended by Harry's book contents as well, and became increasingly frustrated that William wouldn't defend them publicly. To quote, "Kate felt William should stick up for her more," the palace source told the outlet, yet William and the palace thought it was that saying nothing was best. William also, on the other hand, might want to actually patch things up with his brother. To quote, "William wants to extend an olive branch to Harry. It's a shocking about face, but he feels it's long overdue," another insider alleged to Life and Style. The source claimed that when William told Catherine how he was feeling, it didn't go over well. She was incensed, and William got in this big fight, a source revealed. She'll never forgive Meghan for what she did. Speaking of which, did you guys realize that Meghan and Harry's slander is actually a potential palace tactic to protect William and Kate drama? Think about it. Everyone knows that recently, unsubstantiated rumors about Prince Harry and Meghan's relationship have been swirling, but that always happens whenever there's even a whiff of a rumor about Will and Kate. From reports that Harry's been escaping Meghan to involvement of divorce attorneys, the rumor mill's been working overtime, yet every photo of the couple, they're happy. With all this said, there's a number of fans who believe the increase in a negative Harry and Meghan newsfeed is all a distraction from the couple that's really having issues, which is Will and Kate. Sharing a screenshot of negative story after negative story of Harry and Meghan, Twitter user The Duchess Zone commented, "Like I was saying, William is divorcing Kate," and used the slamming stories as a justification. Meghan even once remarked of her tabloid rumors that "I wasn't being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves," indicating that far more went on behind closed doors. And let's not forget, Harry also said the palace would lie on William's behalf when he sat down as part of his Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, and he addressed the press office tactics that targeted his wife and protected his brother. Though he didn't get too into specifics, Harry didn't mince his words when he said, "The palace was happy to lie and protect my brother. They were never willing to tell the truth to protect us." But yet, when you put the pairs side by side, you can also see how duty comes between them. Though the world reeled over the death of Queen Elizabeth II, it's almost more surprising to see Will, Kate, Meghan, Harry reunite. The two couples greeted mourners and took in memorial objects left in honor of the Queen. It presented an analytical moment for body language experts like Tanya Raymond. Commenting on William and Catherine's interaction, or lack thereof, Raymond concluded that their familiarity with one another couldn't have been more different to the overly affectionate Harry and Meghan. Highlighting a particular moment when it appeared as though William ignored his wife while she waited for the car door to be opened, Raymond told Fox News Digital that William's not going to open the door because he knows there's somebody to open the door for her. For Meghan and Harry, it's more of an affection moment. moment. This is a different kind of relationship, and this is also the relationship that you put out to the public. When it comes to the hand-holding, there's a difference between the two brothers. I think it suggests more of what William and Kate feel is appropriate, and what Meghan and Harry feel comfortable with, Raymond continued. They know what they're supposed to demonstrate, so they do that. It's not about comfort. Demonstration is especially important to the controlling Will, who likes to exert power over others, leading to disagreements and defensives between this married pairing, whose worst interactions, according to the source who spoke to Quinn, come when they are in the presence of overbearing palace staff. Kate is very much the calm one, Quinn told the outlet. William is the one who's a bit hot-headed, but Kate is very level-headed. She's the one who'll pour oil on troubled water and go, let's not stir things up. When things blew out between Harry and William, the royal source told the Daily Mail that she treated the whole issue in terms of supporting her husband, who, while angry at some of what was being said and done, was largely just consumed with sadness about what was happening with his brother, the source claimed, before adding that Catherine had also been trying to focus on the well-being of her family's staff too. The insider continues that William flies off the handle at any sign of Kate being patronized and stamps that out very quickly. It's one of his triggers. Over the years, many people have come up with great ideas for her, but if they are put across even accidentally in a dismissive way, they've gotten a pretty short shrift from him. And his children are no stranger to Dad's short-tempered adamancy for the best either. Having attended the Royal and Regal Not-for-Normals Eton College, an insider alleged to OK Magazine his son George wants to be just like his father, but that Princess Catherine, on the other hand, thinks sending their son to such a stuffy upper-crust institution goes against all their efforts to modernize the monarchy, the source claimed. Additionally, she doesn't want her son to be sent away to boarding school. It seems as if her family's being torn apart, the source said, noting Catherine's concerned Will want to send their other two children to boarding school as well. Against her wishes, Will's also had George begin to practice exams for Eton anyways. All in all, there's a lot of red flags. Control issues, public pressure, the royal palace constantly intruding on their lives, and if not them, it's the paparazzi. But the biggest is our last segment, anger issues. Harry has been vocal about his recent negative experiences within the royal family, while William is said to grow increasingly angry as he does. Who deals with this anger, however? According to an insider who spoke to Daily Mail, it's the Princess Catherine, who spends most of her time trying to contend with her husband's reported temper. This is where the rumors of domestic violence between the couple come into play, such as the ones implying Kate's current absence could be the result of some injury or even a protection order, but that's just speculation for now. But as it happens, Prince Will and Prince Kate are known for monumental arguments, in part thanks to Prince William's aforementioned short temper. According to royal author Tom Quinn, these arguments have allegedly gotten so bad that they have not only gotten violent, but they have resulted in the two not speaking for extended periods. They have had terrible rows where they throw things at each other. Of course, privately, Will and Kate, like all couples, fall out, row, shout at each other, and say unkind things, but Kate is an appeaser by instinct, and Will always gives way, as he had more than enough emotional turmoil, divorce, and disruption as a child, Quinn claimed to the outlet. He also claimed Will has two pet names for his wife. One's normal, it's Babykins, but the other's Duchess of Doolittle, a condescending jab, as Quinn explained, supposedly William's way of referencing Catherine's lack of professional life before their wedding. Quinn also details in his book, thanks to a royal source, Will calls his wife darling when he's mad at her, but he does it through gritted teeth or with a tone of frustration or extreme coldness. That's a terrifying dichotomy, but one some of us know. The internet has completely lost the plot thanks to Kate Middleton's less than subtle MIA status for months from the public eye. And now a few notable names have shared their biggest conspiracies about what's really going down with the royal family. The first being known as British funny man John Oliver. So, the Last Week Tonight with John Oliver host weighed in on the controversy during a March 12th appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Oliver, when asked, explains that he didn't really think much of the whole Kate disappearance thing, until the horribly edited Mother's Day photo came out. To quote him, "I was out. I thought, let's all just ignore this, we've moved on, until the Photoshop thing," Oliver said. Andy Cohen replied asking, "Isn't their motto never complain, never explain?" And then they have her explaining on Twitter? Oliver hit back with a conspiracy of his own, and a popular one at that. There is a non-zero chance she died 18 months ago, he speculated. They might be a weekend at Bernieing this situation. I'm not saying it happened, but I'm saying it's a non-zero until proven otherwise. Until we see her sitting there with a copy of the day's paper. Many are speculating on extremities like that as well. And maybe some way, somehow, that she's dead. That maybe Kate's husband put his hands on her, or it resulted in a brain injury, or severe injury that requires a cover-up. Another is that she has a protection order against against him for some reason or some sort, which is why her children are missing from the public right now too. Maybe she really did have surgery, but it happened before the announcement. It had bad side effects leading to a coma or some extremely worrisome medical state. Perhaps they're divorcing and the royal family doesn't really want their next king to be a divorcee, and they're trying to make the behind the scene deals happen. Meanwhile, our next celebrity, Stephen Colbert's take is divorce row, but also pegging infidelity as a reason for it, as he expressed on the late night show with Stephen Colbert on March 12th, dubbing it some troubling news about the roiling family, and starting his segment off with internet sleuths are guessing that Kate's absence may be related to her husband and the future king of England, William, having an affair, the television host said, adding his heart goes out to the poor Kate. Colbert went on to say that he's ready to spill the tea, well, literally drinking out of a teacup, and announcing, I think we all know who the alleged other woman is. The matrioness of, this one's hard to say, Clomondele. But anyways, he continued on, and that was a reference to Sarah Rose Hanbury, who was supposed to be the best friend of Kate Middleton, but shortly after affair rumors began circulating about 5 years ago now, Kate has iced her out. Whoopi Goldberg has no time for all the conspiracy theories surrounding Kate Middleton, and nearly sent The View to an early commercial break on Wednesday out of frustration over them. She was quick to chastise her View co-hosts on March 13th when they started sharing these theories about Kate, making it known she refuses to accept any conspiracies. When Sunny Hostin joked that the table's interest in the topic is all Sarah Haynes, another one of the hosts' fault, Whoopi just shuts it down saying it's all our fault because we bought into this, she started. When you buy into this stuff, they start doing it to your family or they start doing it to your kids. It's not cute, she continued, referring to the royals photoshopping Kate's image and whether or not it was she or they who did it. It's not fun, it really irritates me. Goldberg addressed the photo editing controversy with the opinion that Kate actually did in fact do it herself and did take the picture when the royals notoriously are known to never do that ever and have all their social media ran for them. But another View co-host, Farrah Griffin, tried to explain to a progressively more and more agitated Goldberg why we care about Kate so much. To quote her, there are genuine concerns about her well-being. When you put something out like this that doesn't meet Reuters or the Associated Press's editorial standards, it feeds fuel to this fire of conspiracies, Griffin said, then suggested Kate film a quick video to halt the rumor mill. Not to make it heavy, but we know the treatment around Princess Diana. We know what Meghan Markle and Prince Harry went through, she said. Now you have a princess, a queen in waiting that hasn't been seen and the stories just don't pan out. She could resolve this, the palace could, in 2 minutes by putting her direct to a camera. That idea seemed to incense Whoopi even further though. As her co-host attempted to explain why they and others want clarity, the moderator couldn't quite finish a thought, so she attempted to send the show to commercial break. That's when Sarah Gaines, our next person up, and Sunny Hostin remained steadfast through their table talk on their opinion. Once again, they argued they needed just one concrete piece of evidence that Middleton's actually okay. To quote, the frenzy in the media has been dangerous for their family and they should come out with a video to say, hey, I'm okay, that's all I need, Sarah adds. This is the part I don't get. Why do you think it's important for them what you need? Whoopi fired back. Then quit photoshopping and give me anything, Gaines retorted. Sarah is so obsessed with Kate, she's the reason Sunny and Farrah ended up going down the Kate MIA rabbit hole and bringing up the topic on The View. She even posted an unflattering shot of Whoopi on her Instagram's reels after the blowout debate happened, taken from that day's episode, just to be petty. Whoopi Goldberg, who had defended Kate at the start of the segment by saying, I know very few people who don't manipulate their own photographs, pushed back against hate throughout the episode. But she was met with her own resistance from Sunny Hostin too, who ganged up with Sarah. She's the future queen, Whoopi, Hostin countered. She ain't taking selfies with her family. The lady's fascination didn't stop with the photo of Kate and her children. It went on to speculate whether a shot of William and Kate in a car was being edited before Whoopi actually finally succeeded in pushing for an early commercial break. Piers Morgan, meanwhile, actually has something to contribute to this crock pot, and he believes it could be a signal that the royals are hiding something. Never forget that Morgan actually personally knew and was fond of Princess Diana, which has given him access to the royals over the years and how they do their cover jobs. So if he's saying that the mysterious photo could allude to something more serious going on behind the scenes, I'm kind of willing to listen. To quote him, why is Princess Catherine, who's recovering from abdominal surgery, spending time hunched over Photoshop making amateur edits of official portraits when they literally have servants to do that? Most baffling of all, why not edit in the missing wedding ring? Morgan58 asked OK Magazine on Thursday, March 14th. Kate needs a break, I agree, but it was their decision to release this photograph, and it's led to even more conspiracy theories, Morgan added. On one level, the edited picture could be trivial. She could be doing fine and doing well and tried to do something to correct the conspiracies and just got it wrong. Or it could be that they're hiding something. Even royalty has started to poke some fun at this situation, but it's not even the Windsor ones. Our next segment's actually the King of Netherlands, who literally made a dad joke out of the whole Kate Photoshop fiasco. King William Alexander poked fun at the controversy surrounding Kate Middleton's Mother's Day photo just this past Tuesday, when the 56-year-old was speaking to members of the public during a royal engagement in Zutphen. A child was excitedly asking the king about a photo of him and his family, to which he replied, according to numerous in earshot, "At least I didn't Photoshop it," as reported by The Independent and The Telegraph. Personally, I thought that was pretty funny. Prince Harry is the brother-in-law, so let's see what he's got to say. Nothing. Well, kind of. Earlier this week, a source claimed to be close to the couple and spoke on their behalf about Kate Middleton's viral Mother's Day Photoshop flop, telling Page 6 to quote, "This isn't a mistake Meghan would ever make." Also added that Harry and Meghan would have been annihilated if the situation was reversed, and said, "The same rules do not apply to both couples. This isn't a mistake that Meghan would ever make. She has a keen eye and freakish attention to detail." However, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's official spokesperson pretty quickly refuted Page 6 source's statement while speaking with Newsweek. With respect to Page 6, that didn't come from us. But hey, that didn't mean it didn't come from a friend or employee who knows what's up anyways. Take it with a grain of salt. But still, British tabloids like the Daily Mail and Telegraph have attempted to rope the Sussexes, and by association, even their friend and photographer Misan Hadaman, into the mix by questioning the validity of their 2021 pregnancy announcement photos of all things. Hadaman, who's naturally has a business to maintain, had to shut down those claims within hours by sharing unedited versions of the then in question maternity image on Instagram, even fully colorized. He shared a video addressing the accusation and slamming his accusers for their dangerous and unacceptable behavior. To quote him, "Unfortunately, there's been an article on the Daily Mail saying I've admitted to doctoring the pregnancy announcement portraits I took of Harry and Meghan," he said. "Apparently I was switching out trees and meadows? This is crazy. To see an article saying as a fact I did what I did not do is extraordinary to me," he said in his video. And then to try and merge it with this current news cycle of what's happening is just tragic to see. With Misan's name now out of the tabloid mouth, it's up to the netizens to decide who to accuse next of image tampering. Meghan, meanwhile, is keeping what the royal expert Ian Pelham Turner told Fox News as dignified silence, wherein royal members, and I quote, release a statement which would say, "All people can make mistakes in their lives, but they wish a speedy recovery for the Princess of Wales," he said. Adding on one hand, Meghan had to be sympathetic about all the stress that Kate is going through as she copes with serious medical issue. On the other hand, the palace media machine has never been more exposed for what it is, a complete mess, a total disaster, the royal expert added. And that may be why this couple chooses to say nothing. If the machine is exposing its own failing parts, why not let it crash to the ground on its own? It's a far more dignified and satisfactory way to get to tell people I told you so. Meghan and Harry know what it's like to wake up and see those screaming tabloid headlines targeting them for one thing or another, he divulged. And last up, how is King Charles III feeling about the frenzied news cycle? Given how old he is, I think the only thing he can think about is feeling his skin trying to fight its way off his bones. But rest assured, folks, a source at Buckingham Palace told Bazaar that the monarch, who himself is undergoing treatment for cancer, is being kept abreast with the latest developments. And the source said that Charles ultimately isn't too concerned about the current situation. Oh, thank God. Future queen of your country is missing and you're failing to run a successful cover-up plot. But yeah, no, you ain't worried, not concerned. That missing B word, blip on my map. You should see how many people I've made go missing in my life. While the king keeps calm and carries on, other staffers at the palace don't seem to share the same sentiment. The insider claimed that some staff can't quite believe how badly Kensington Palace have not paying close enough attention to what was being released to the world. Didn't anyone there think to check the photo before it went out?